everybody, it's Jenny from the Missouri Star Quilt Company, and I've got a really fun project planned for you today. Let's take a look at this quilt behind me. Isn't this great? This is so fun, and this is one of those quilts that really lends itself to all kinds of design possibilities, and I can hardly wait to show you how to make it. So to make this quilt, what you're going to need is one packet of 10-inch squares for your background fabrics. And if you don't have a packet of them, you can use yardage. It's about 3 yards, and that's what we did. So we had this Kona cotton steel yardage that we used, and we just cut it into 10-inch squares, and we were looking for a certain color, and that was the yardage that we had. So the other thing you're going to need is you're going to need some 2.5-inch strips, and we have used a roll of this, and this fabric is called Karkai, and it's by Carolyn Friedlander for Robert Kaufman. And so, I mean, it just makes a really fun quilt and fun to put together. So let me show you how we did this, because you're just going to love this. So what I did was I took my 2.5-inch strip, and I wanted to make, this is actually the block that I'm making right here, just like this. And let me show you, let me just show you. So what I did, instead of all the measuring and all that work and all that kind of stuff, what I did was I took my 2.5-inch strip and I just slid it over on the top about 2 inches. And I say about because I never really measured. And then I brought it down here to the bottom. So it's just like this. You want to make sure that when you fold it back, it's going to cover that edge. So that's your main thing right here. You want to cover this edge. So I just put it on there like that and did that, and then sewed 1/4 inch right down the side. So let's go do that. And I'm going to go ahead and just sew here, 1/4 inch. And really, I just kind of lined it up along that edge from the, angling it from the top to the bottom. And it just makes it really easy to do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roughly trim this off right here. And then we're going to go over here and iron it back. Press it back, set my seam, and roll it back. All right. So now I have this kind of odd-shaped piece on the side, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the edge of my square as a pattern, and I'm going to trim up this side right here. I'm not trimming anything else. I'm not trimming the square. I want to keep the square kind of as a foundation piece. And so then you have your one side like this, just like that, easy as that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put another piece over here on this side. And so I'm going to get another color here. And again, I'm going to start from this top part right here, and I'm going to put it on here like this. So again, it's just about 2 inches in, and come down that side. So let's go ahead and do that on the sewing machine. We're going to stay right on that 1/4 inch mark of our fabric and just come up the side at an angle. And these don't have to be identical, or you don't worry about too much about making them perfect. We're just gonna go with the flow. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on this as we did on the other one. We're going to trim off the sides just like this, and use that background piece as our pattern, and come off the side just like this. All righty. So now that is your whole block. That's your whole block right there. Okay, so that was really easy, quick and easy to make. So I want to make sure you got it. We're going to run through it one more time. You're going to set your strip over about 2 inches, sew 1/4 inch down, fold that back, iron that back, trim it off. Use your square as the block. Then we're going to run our strip from this side, again, 2 inches over, straight down, and it gives you this block right here. So it just makes together really fast. Now, when I create things, and actually, let me just back up for a minute, because I have to tell you something. This is my husband's pattern. This is his design. I actually invited him to come with me to a retreat, and this was the quilt he worked on at the retreat. And he was so funny because I told him that the women are going to stay up all night. You know, they're really going to be busy. And so it got to be about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I finally went out and said, Ron, are you coming to bed? And he's like, you told me I could stay up all night. And so he was busy quilting. This is actually his design, and I'm very excited that he put some together. And so he's got these quick, easy pieces on the sides like this. But when I see something like this, what my brain does is it says, what if we made this in 5-inch squares, you know, and bordered those little sides? Then you'd have, I mean, just all these different patterns. So let me show you some of the things that you can do with it. So if you put them together this way, like this, like we have in the back, just like that, you're going to get this cool star. And so here it is here. This is the star, and it makes this awesome block like this. And we've got 6 blocks across by 7 down because we're dealing with 42 squares. And it just makes this great quilt. And I think to myself, what happens if we use 5-inch squares and we do it? And you've got little tiny stars all over the place. I mean, really have fun with this. Use some of your design, you know, your imagination to do things. Then if you go ahead and turn these this way, see how this is starting to zigzag down? You can do a whole thing where they zigzag. And I've got one here that we put together with this. Isn't that fun? Isn't this a fun idea? I mean, it's just a whole different look just by turning your block. So please try some different creative things. Have fun with this. This is one of those that you can just put together in a day. It's so quick and easy. So we hope you enjoyed this tutorial on the Rising Star Quilt from the Missouri Star Quilt Company. I could do the Tarzan yell at the beginning of it, like Carol Burnett. Oh! Just like that. Carol Burnett.